everyone, this is Karen.
Hey everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at a lesson of our close test called Apple Flower, the flower of the future. And the vocabulary words are stem.
Stem.
Sandra held the cherry by its stem and took a bite.
Drain.
Drain.
Kim drained water from the pan before cooking the vegetables.
Normally.
Normally.
Normally, I don't like big crowds, but I really want to see my favorite band perform.
It's worth it. Benefit.
Benefit.
There are many benefits to being a member of the club.
So we're talking about something great for our body today. It's called apple flour. So when we think of flour, we usually think of flour for baking.
Yeah, I think so, right? For baking bread or making cookies or cake or muffins or cinnamon rolls.
Sounds yummy. And I remember you telling me that you are quite a baker yourself.
Well, I'm okay. I do like baking. I learned from my mother and my grandmother, and I started baking when I was pretty young. So
really?
Yeah. So I like making cookies, making homemade bread. And I do use a lot of white flour, but it's not very good for you.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of fiber, so it could really make you gain weight if you eat too much. So this
apple flour is actually very, very good for your body because it has, I think, about 4 times fiber of the regular flour, right? The all-purpose, the white all-purpose flour.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in general, Americans only get about half of the fiber that they need in their diets. So any place that you can get more fiber is a pretty good idea.
Because it controls your blood sugar. It's better for your health.
And yeah, it can help you to maintain your weight, not to gain too much weight. Okay.
That's right. So that's good news. I think that's coming to the, a supermarket near us.
Yeah, so let's look out for that and let's learn more about apple flour.
All right, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Apple flour, the flour of the future. White flour is used in everything from bread to cakes and cookies. But another type of flour made from apples, of all things, might be coming soon to a supermarket near you. Called apple pumice flour, it's made with the leftovers from apple juice production, seeds, stems, and pulp. To make it, the leftover bits, or pumice, are drained, pressed into a thin layer, and dried. Normally, these bits are either thrown out or fed to livestock, but the apple flour process transforms them into flour that contains about 4 times as much fiber as white all-purpose flour.
Hi, I am Jeff.
Hi, I'm Hanny.
Welcome to this month's closed test lesson. Today's lesson is called Apple Flour, the flour of the future.
We're not talking about pretty flowers, right?
Not F-L-O-W-E-R, F-L-O-U-R, that type of flour.
That's right. Flour is a powder used in the making of bread and pasta and other similar things. If you've eaten cake or cookies, for instance, you've eaten something made from flour.
Right. Now, usually flour is made from wheat. You grind wheat down. Today, though, it sounds like we'll be talking about flour that is made from apples, which is new by me. Why do we need this type of flour, by the way? I mean, is regular flour not so good? Is apple flour better than wheat flour or something?
Well, Jeff, regular flour is great.
It is.
But we can do better. Apple flour, we'll learn, is packed with fiber. Also, using apple flour can help us to cut down on food waste.
Sounds good to me. Okay, let's get started. The first sentence of today's lesson says, white flour is used in everything from bread to cakes and cookies. White flour is what we were talking about earlier, that powder that is made when you grind up wheat.
Right. When people are talking about flour, they are usually talking about white flour. But white flour isn't the only type of flour. There's a new type of flour out there. Yes, but another type of flour made from apples, of all things, might be coming soon to a supermarket near you.
Correct. Apple pomace flour, it's made with the leftovers from apple juice production, seeds, stems, and pulp. Your options are A, called, B, it's called, C, having called, or D, have been called.
好，题目的意思是，它被称作苹果渣面粉，是由苹果汁生产的残渣、种子、茎和果泥制成的。那句子里面有几个补充单字 ，pomace 它表示像水果榨汁之后剩下那个果渣。好 ，leftover 它当名词表示残余物或是剩菜，它也可以当形容词来形容剩余的或是用剩的。那么 pulp 这个名词则是表达果肉或者是泥状的东西。那这个题目句子里面没有连接词，而且逗号后面呢是写说 it's made with 怎么样怎么样，它是个完整子句。那我们就可以推断说，它是在考我们分词构句。以对等连接词 and 去连接两个主词相同的子句时，你就可以省略 and， 然后省略其中一句的主词，再把那一句动词改分词，就会变分词构句咯。如果这个动词是主动，就用现在分词；被动就用过去分词。好，课文原本的句子它可以写作 It is called apple pomace flour and it's made with 怎么样怎么样，前后子句主词都是 it， 也就是我们前文提到的那个用苹果制成的那一种面粉。好，前后主词相同，我们就可以省略连接词 and， 还有前半句的主词 it， 再把 be 动词改成分词 being， 就会写作 being called apple pomace flour， 逗号 it's made with 怎么样怎么样，而其中的 being 通常可以再省略，所以我们这题的答案是要选 A called。So the sentence should read,
Called apple pomace flour, it's made with the leftovers from apple juice production, seeds, stems, and pulp. Okay, let's go ahead and define the first vocabulary word of the day. A stem is a part of a plant. For a flower, F-L-O-W-E-R, for a flower, let's say, the stem is what comes between the ground and the roots of the plant, the flower there, and the actual flower that comes on the top of that particular plant. That would be a stem. For a tree, though, a stem, well, it's a little bit different. For a tree or a part of a tree, like a fruit, a stem is what connects a flower or a leaf or a fruit to a part of that tree. Yeah, what comes between the ground and the roots of that tree, it's not called a stem, it's called a trunk. By the way, the stem on an apple, let's say, looks like a little twig sticking out of the top of that particular fruit. Anyways, for example, Sandra held the cherry by its stem and took a bite.
Okay. Okay, everyone, let's move on. Next, we are going to learn how apple pomace flour is made. Okay, to make it, the leftover bits or pomace are drained, pressed into a thin layer, and dried. By the way, if you drain something, you let or cause the water or liquid in something to run off or to leave something. For instance, if you drain a container, you let the liquid in that container leave. You let it leave that container until that container is empty. For example, Kim drained water from the pan before cooking the vegetables.
Okay, everyone, let's get back to the business of making apple flour. Yeah, to make apple flour, you have to have pomace. You can't make apple flour without pomace. Those leftovers are quite important to the production of apple flour. Get this though, normally these bits are thrown out, fed to livestock. Your options are A, not, but, B, either, or, C, neither, nor, or D, whether, or.
好，题目的意思是 通常这些部分空格被扔掉，空格喂食牲畜。那这题是在考我们连接词。先来看选项 A not but 它表示不是怎么样而是怎么样。 B either or 表达说不是什么就是什么。 C neither nor 表示既不怎么样也不怎么样。 D whether or 是说不管是怎么样还是怎么样。好，那这个 whether or 它通常是用来引导副词子句或是名词子句，在这边它的用法跟意思都不符合，所以先排除不考虑咯。好，那我们知道残渣通常不是被丢掉，就是拿来当厨余喂猪喂其他牲畜嘛，因此比较适合用 either A or B 来表达，不是 A 就是 B，A 或 B 其中一个。所以这题的正确答案我们要选 B either or. So the sentence should read
Normally, these bits are either thrown out or fed to livestock. Did you hear that? Not long ago, pomace was either thrown out or turned into feed. Now, though, we can turn this stuff into flour. Wonderful, wonderful flour.
Yes, he's not kidding, folks. Apple flour is wonderful. Anyway, before we learn some more about apple flour, we need to define the third vocabulary word of the day, normally. The adverb normally is similar to the word usually. If something happens normally, you'd expect that thing to happen or occur. If you do something normally, you do that thing on a regular basis. If you act in some way normally, you probably act that way most of the time. For example, normally I don't like big crowds, but I really want to see my favorite band perform.
Okay, back to apple flour. Wonderful, wonderful apple flour. When you make apple flour, the leftover bits from the production of apple juice are transformed into super awesome apple flour. Yes, but the apple flour process transforms them into flour that contains about 4 times as much fiber as white all-purpose flour. Now, doesn't that sound wonderful?
It does indeed. 同学们有没有觉得很神奇？苹果渣经过加工过程就可以变成苹果面粉，而且这种苹果面粉的纤维含量大约是中筋面粉的4倍哦。那我们来看补充单字 fiber， 它可以用来指食物纤维或者是纤维制品。那形容词 all-purpose 表示多用途的、万用的，我们用 all-purpose flour 来指中筋面粉，那也可以把它称为 plain flour。好，那我们要先休息一下，待会再回到课文中。Okay, everyone, with that, it is now time for a break. Don't go away, though. We'll be back in the flash.
Apple flour, the flour of the future. Fiber is important because it helps control blood sugar and can even help with weight loss. Unfortunately, on average, Americans only eat 15 grams of fiber a day, well short of the 28 to 34 grams suggested by experts.
Welcome back. Before the break, we learned about wonderful, wonderful apple flour. Apple flour can help us to cut down on food waste in a big way. When we make apple flour, we make use of the leftover bits from apple juice production. Before there was apple flour, these bits might well have become garbage.
Yeah, and there's more. Apple flour. Whew, it's amazing. It's packed with fiber, and fiber is wonderful. And speaking of fiber,
well, fiber is important because it helps control blood sugar and can even help with weight loss.
Did you hear that? Fiber is good for us, and apple flour has tons of it. So, what are you waiting for? Start eating foods made with apple flour ASAP. Get your fiber.
Very funny. But here's the thing. You really should get your fiber. You see, many people, especially those in America, do not get enough fiber.
Right. The next line tells us so. It says, unfortunately, Americans only eat 15 grams of fiber a day, well short of the 28 to 34 grams suggested by experts. Your options are A, at least, B, in return, C, on average, or D, by no means.
好，题目的意思是，不幸的是，空格，美国人一天只吃15克的纤维，远低于专家建议的28到34克。那句子里面的片语 short of 加名词就表示说低于什么，未达到什么，前面加入 well 来强调程度，表达说大大的怎么样，所以 well short of 什么什么就是说远低于什么什么。好，这题是在考我们副词片语，先来看选项 A at least 表示至少。B in return， 它是说作为回报的意思，后面可以加上 for something 来表达作为什么的回报，为了回报什么什么。C on average 表示平均来说。D by no means 是说一点也不怎么样，绝不怎么样。好，那每个人摄取的纤维量各有不同嘛，不可能每一个美国人都是吃15克纤维吧，所以可以推测他是在讲平均值，所以这题最适合的答案是选 C on average。So the sentence should read,
Unfortunately, on average, Americans only eat 15 grams of fiber a day, well short of the 28 to 34 grams suggested by experts.
Okay, everyone, with that, it is once again time for a break. But don't go away. We'll be back with the third and final part of this month's close test soon.
Apple flour, the flour of the future. Apple pumice flour's health benefits and potential to reduce food waste could make it the flour of the future. So, go ahead, start baking with the right flour, of course.
Welcome back. Let's finish up this month's close test lesson. We have only 2 more sentences to read, so let's get back into things. Apple flour is good for us. It is packed with fiber. Further, when we make apple flour, we don't throw stuff into the garbage. No pumice gets into the garbage, or it's not made into feed. So for these reasons, it looks as though apple flour has a bright future.
Right on. Apple pumice flour's health benefits and potential to food waste could make it the flour of the future.
Your options are A, relieve, B, reduce, C, distract, or D, compress.
好，题目的意思是苹果加面粉的健康益处和可能空格食物浪费，可使它成为未来的面粉。这题是在考我们字汇，先来看选项 A。Relieve 它是指说缓解、减轻、缓和，像我们要表达减轻压力啊、疼痛、担忧等等，就可以用到这个动词。那么 B reduce 它表示减少 ，C distract 表示使什么分心 ，D compress 它是指压缩、压紧。好，苹果加面粉的加工过程呢，把残渣变成富含纤维的面粉，把本来会丢掉或是当厨余的东西变成了有用的东西。那我们就可以推测课文是要表达苹果加面粉可能减少食物浪费，所以这题最适合的动词是 B reduce. So the sentence should read.
Apple pumice flour's health benefits and potential to reduce food waste could make it the flour of the future. Okay, before we wrap things up, let's define the final vocabulary word of the day, the noun benefit. A benefit is something that is good. It's good for you. Yes, anything that is good for you or which helps you out is a benefit. If something makes you healthier, let's say, you could say that this thing has benefits, is beneficial, or that it benefits you is termed as far as your health is concerned. For example, there are many benefits to being a member of the club.
Okay, we're almost there. Let's go ahead and read the final sentence of our lesson. It says, so go ahead, start baking with the right flour, of course.
Good idea. Keep baking, but get rid of that white flour. Go with the right type of flour, apple flour. Anyway, with that, This month's clothes test is now complete.
Yes, it is, but don't worry, folks. Another clothes test lesson will be coming at you next month. See you then. Bye bye.
Welcome to
English in Action. I'm Holly.
I am Shane. 哇，我的心情真的非常好。
真的，今天的 topic 是什么？
我心情不好，好不适合，因为心情真的很好。
心情很好。
当然啦，看到你们心情就非常好。
真的。
All right。
但是今天是心情不好，但是不是我们哦。
对，不是我们。Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, see, go dialogue.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's your problem?
Sorry, I'm in a bad mood.
Okay, well, alright, just chill. 你真的心情不好吗？
假的啦，我是演员啦。Good acting, right? You believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So, I'm not in a bad mood, actually. So I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, bad mood 其实就是坏心情。
这是坏吗？还是心情不好？
心情不好。
那 mood 可以坏吗？
好像不是哦，mood 反正就是不好的心情，心情不好。OK，
对
，They get it. They're smart.
I'm in a bad mood, or I'm feeling down.
哦，我现在很难过，往下就是难过。
对，可是 I'm in a bad mood， 其实感觉是有一点，不一定是难过，可能是生气，还是在想事情。可是 I'm feeling down 就是难过，
对
，down 就是
Yeah.
Okay, or you can say I'm feeling cranky.
OK, cranky 这个字其实就是有一点，你有一点就是心情非常的有点骚动，想要发脾气的那种感觉。
所以可能我只是跟你讲话，你说 Get away from me，
就是很容易被激怒的感觉。
对 ，I'm feeling cranky. Hey. I can't pretend. I'm in such a good mood today. All right, you know what will put you in a good mood? Learning English.
Yeah.
Do you know what, if you need to learn English, who you can count on?
啊，靠
我们就对了。I'm in a bad mood.
I'm in a bad mood.
I'm feeling down.
I'm feeling down.
I'm feeling cranky.
I'm feeling cranky.